Absolutely. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDVC. This is a Painful Excellence podcast. And this is a topic for discussion, and it needs to be had. It's all around us, and it's imperative that we ask these questions. And whether people think that I'm firing shots or not, sometimes shots need to be fired, because if me firing shots is holding a mirror up so you can see yourself, then that's just what it's going to be. Because sometimes I think people need to have a look at themselves. And if you're proud of what you're doing, if you're proud of what you are, then be proud. But just want to make sure that you understand that you have a responsibility to yourself, you have a responsibility to your bloodline, you have a responsibility to your community, whether you like it or not. Charles Barkley in the 90s said, "I'm not a role model, parents are role models." To a degree, he was correct. Your parents are role models, but you can't help it whether or not you're in a public eye. It's due to the game of basketball that you never had to have a real job a day in your life. So you've been blessed with athletic ability. But the other side to that is, whether you like it or not, even kids that are not your own, they watch you. They aspire to be you. They don't know you as a person, but they know who you are on the floor. So whether you inspire them to be basketball players and the best at it, or just inspire them to be the best at whatever endeavor they choose to excel in, you have a responsibility, whether you like it or not. So let's do this roll call real quick. Beautiful lovers of word. Young Abel's in the building. Rod Neal, Jimmy Bernard, welcome. Ratchet since 91, 88 Sports Talk. A. Hardy, my sister from Houston, Texas. Salute, good sister. Go subscribe to our sister, A. Hardy. Eric Jordan in the building. Salute. Young Deezy finally made it. Salute to you, good brother. Chilltown Majors. What's going on? 704 Joe. Kane, the bad guy, in the building. Salute. 88. Salute. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. So, I find these pictures that kind of represent what my topic is. And I found this online. It's a young sister, young queen, sitting down and seems to be looking at her mother. And she says, representation matters. Representation matters. And I'm not focused on her, the mother. You can't really tell if she's dressed in what we call city girl attire, which is barely any attire nowadays. Amanai, salute. Go subscribe and support our sister Amanai. She be putting in work. Shogun, salute. Just click on her name and hit the subscription. There you go. These young ladies, I just said Charles Barkley, as a professional athlete, has a responsibility, whether he liked it or not, whether it was his children or the children watching him. He has a responsibility. He has a responsibility to his community to conduct himself in a particular manner. One thing I respect about Stormy B-Man in the building. Salute. We had a wonderful time over there, Nerds on Culture, talking about the arcades. You have a responsibility. And one thing I admire about LeBron James, I don't watch as much NBA as I used to, for different reasons that I'm not going to get into here. But LeBron, I don't recall him getting in any trouble. To my knowledge, he's had a high school sweetheart in which he's married, he's procreated with. And that man he's been a law-abiding citizen. He's had no troubles outside of off the court. He's had no problems with his wife that we know about. He's a family man. He's quiet, man. He's quiet. The most noise we heard that came out of on his side, James Doon, salute, was with his mother goofing around with one of his teammates back when he was in Cleveland. And that poor soul. I forget that brother's name, the light-skinned brother, but he had a mental collapse, and I think he's like homeless now. Like, he has a mental disorder. It's sad stuff. Outside of that, Michael Fleming, salute. Outside of that, I don't LeBron James, yeah, Delonte West, that's him. That's him. And that was sad, man. But his mom is his own mom. His mom is an adult. So it's like whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not making light of it. But outside of that, LeBron James, he dealt with it by what? Not dealing with it. And I don't remember like reporters disrespecting him and throwing the mic in his face here. What do you think about Delonte West and your mom? I mean, that's a nice way for you to get your ass kicked. Not by him. You think LeBron ain't got enough money to pay some grooms? Like, yo, that reporter right there, let it rest for about 3 months. And when he's coming home from the bar, you run his ass off the road. But I ain't gonna put that on him. He handled it by not addressing it. His mom is grown. But salute to LeBron. I don't have no problem with him as a player. I don't have no problem with him off the court because he didn't give me anything negative to discuss. Like, oh man, why you doing this, brother? You know what I'm saying? And he has a responsibility. He understands that. And I'm glad his son was okay. I know his son had a little situation. Well, it was a major situation. I think he went into cardiac arrest or something. It was crazy. I'm glad that worked itself out. You know what I mean? Look, we have to be careful in the public eye. And what I've noticed is that social media has made a lot of people feel that they're rock stars. Everybody's a reporter because we're on the World Wide Web. With your device, your cell phone. If you're subscribed, if you have a YouTube account, Facebook account, Twitter, I don't know how Rumble works or whatever have you. Instagram, you can click live and people will see you on all over the world, from here to Africa to Alaska, the North Pole, South Pole. If there's an internet connection, people can see you. You know what I'm saying? And what you do when you click live literally makes or breaks you. I'm on here and this is who I am 100% of the time. There's no gimmicks here, nothing. Walt, man, salute to you. There's no gimmicks here. This is who I am in real life. I'm not on here, just like doing stuff for the views or things like that. These are just real conversations. If you dig it, you dig it. I could have sold out a long time. I already told y'all I could have been on some Derek Jackson stuff easily. I could have pandered to the female audience and had a banging ass TikTok and a banging ass YouTube. But what would be the trade-off? Men would hate me. They would hate me. And I wouldn't be able to look at myself in the mirror. So I'm looking at this picture. It says representation matters. And the question tonight is, are modern women okay sexualizing themselves as long as they are paid for it? Terrence, what up? And I wonder, now I just mentioned Derek Jackson. He was cool pandering, but he wasn't living what he talked. He was full of shit, to be blunt. And he got found out. And it's unfortunate. But it goes to show you how backwards things are. Y'all think his career's over? No. What do I always tell you? How many times y'all heard me say, if people like, trust, and respect you, you can make a mistake and they'll take you right back. Cobb Keller, salute. They'll take you right back like nothing happened. You think women care about what he did with his wife and how their marriage is, how he lied to her and their marriage is on the rocks or over or whatever? They don't care because she out the way now. And some women, not all, listen carefully, some women that are on that type of time, did I say all women? No. Some women that are on that type of time, they're pigs. Just like thirsty dudes, they're pigs. And they lead with their bodies and they only care about their sexual gratification. So I told y'all Derek Jackson's going to be all right. We've had YouTubers come on YouTube and get caught out there on some nonsense. And I told y'all this is going to blow over and they're going to be just fine. Oh, he better close his account or she better close her account. Nope. You see that 60,000 subs they got or 50,000 or 1,000,000 subs? Just let it blow over for a minute. Though, you know how they go away? If they F up so bad, they're in violation of community guidelines and YouTube kills their brand. That's when they're done. But they can always go somewhere else and half of their followers will go follow them over there because they'll be looking for them. Jeff Sparks, salute. You understand? You will not know. I bet you if you talk to Derek Jackson and say, yo, how many emails did you get saying that, yo, we stand with you? He'll probably tell you, like, I got thousands of people saying they'll still fucks with me. Thousands. So if people like, trust, and respect you, they're going to deal with you. No matter how wrong he is. All you got to do is say sorry. He could do a public book signing tomorrow in any city, USA. And you'll see black women there. You know, some of the black women that say, you know, black men ain't this and black men ain't that, they're going to be standing right there looking at him talk. They ain't going to hear a word he said. They're going to be looking at him in his fitted polo. I'm just telling you. You know why? Because I knew a woman that went to one of his things. And she told me the atmosphere. These chicks didn't give a hootenanny. They didn't care. They did not care. They were all just sitting there like, hey, you know, if I had my chance. Oh, this is me. This is on my, you know, this is my Instagram. Let me DM you. So you have my number. That's the type of time they want. So it's easy out here in these streets, but for certain people. But that leads to the conversation. Are women okay sexualizing themselves? You see, we're in 2024. I gotta be cognizant of the years. You know, the time is flying. I'm at the age where time is just accelerating now. But I'm gonna go back to the 80s. I remember, who remembers? I know Terrence and Stormy, a lot of y'all are my age. The beautiful lovers were y'all in my age bracket. Do you remember the 80s where sexual harassment on the job was a major deal? What is the most major sexual harassment case that this country has ever seen? And this happens to be within the black community. Clarence Thomas. Who remembers that? That was all over the news. Remember that? That was the 90s, y'all. That was the early 90s. Y'all remember the trial of Judge Clarence Thomas? Y'all remember his famous line? What was his famous line in there? This is a high-tech lynching. I'm gonna give you the short version. Oh yeah, Jim Baker. I remember he got exposed. I remember all of that. Gnarly Ray, salute. Clarence Thomas was working with a woman who was a sister, Anita Hill. Thank you. And she accused him of sexual harassment. I'm just giving you the short version. And she was very specific. They would talk about pornography. Well, she said he would talk about pornography and talked about a porn character named Long Dong Silver or something like that. It was hilarious, man. I was watching that. I remember my parents was watching that, and I'm just watching it like, man, because I was in high school when that happened, and I'm like, man, Clarence Thomas is still in his seat today. Those appointed positions are lifetime, which I have a problem with, but whatever. That was amazing. Now, it was consistent with, there was commercial about sexual harassment in the workplace. EEO shot off back then. You couldn't even look at a woman, you know, because look, things go from two extremes. It goes from one extreme to the next. And yeah, you're right, Abel. You're right. But you know, that's a whole nother show. You can have an idiot boss that's a male, and he surrounds himself with other males, and they're pigs, and they're, you know, always picking at the women, sex jokes or whatever. And there's maybe one or two women that are with it because they're trying to move up the corporate ladder, so they wear things a little too skimpy or whatever. And they make it bad for the women that don't get down like that. Women get looked over for promotions. They meet all the criteria, education-wise, work-wise, attendance-wise. But Ditsy Betsy, the dumb blonde, the dumb brunette with limited education, she moves up the corporate ladder because you know what she's doing. You went to drop off the paperwork, you saw the bottom of her red shoes underneath the boss's desk, but you can't say anything. So, yeah, you remember the Jimmy Swaggart thing? That was crazy. I remember that too. I have sinned. No, you got some head. You didn't sin. You got some head. But moving on. I remember that. That was all over the TV. Oh, man, I miss, man. Those decades ago, y'all. Decades ago. So, yeah, all of that happened. And it got to the point where women, once they got a hold of the EEO, and a lot of these guys got taken down or removed, and it was a big old, I remember it was, I don't recall whether it was like a movement or not, but it was something that they looked at and they took very serious. And I was a high school student, but I'm like, my mother works, and there's been times she said she was looked over because she's the black woman, and she was looked over for promotions because of what I just explained. And my mother is college educated, and that's just what it is. So in that cases like that, that's a good thing when you have things in place that protect women from that. But here's the thing. Those laws are not exclusive to women. And this is a whole other show, but we just had a situation where a brother was harassed by a woman in power, and he sued down in Georgia. Y'all saw this, for $1 million, and he won. She put a tracker on the brother's car. I didn't even talk about that yet. I'm waiting for the dust to settle, because, by the way, these sisters that have been put in charge in positions of power, you fought for these positions, and you're entitled to those positions just like a man is. But what we found is that y'all are not any different from men in positions of power, because y'all behave like human beings. So now we know that this behavior is not exclusive to men, because these women get in positions of power, Fanny the mammy, yeah, and y'all are doing everything that was looked down upon, that they were blaming men of doing all through the years. Now y'all in positions of power, y'all doing the same thing, because absolute power corrupts absolutely. If you're an idiot before you get power, what happens when you get that power? You're still an idiot. Do you understand? Bert, salute. That was Louisiana or whatever. There's several sisters that was in positions of power that was messing up. We've all seen it. I'm just waiting for the dust to settle, because I'm going to go down the list. And I'm just going to ask, what's going on? Black girl magic, and this is what y'all doing? And this goes into sort of what I'm saying. Were they not sexualizing themselves to a degree? You banging dudes and giving them six-figure positions when you had other people that were qualified to do the job? A condo, my brother, salute. You understand? Why are y'all behaving like the men, the chauvinist pigs that you claimed you hate? Now, what happens when you give these women their power? And I'm just talking about these modern women. And I'm not being exclusive to our sisters. I'm saying all women, because every time I'm on my gram, I made one mistake of looking at on your timeline, something grow into some chick was walking in a thong. And I'm a man, and I looked and I said, oh, that's nice. I kept scrolling, turn off my phone, turn it back on. The next thing you know, 5 more. What, I looked at it too long? I didn't even hit the heart. I don't even follow her. And I'm like, now I got 5 more of these chicks, then 10 more, and I have to keep scrolling. I don't follow none of these people. But I noticed the pattern. Decades ago, Willie Lowe in the building. Salute. Decades ago, you would never fathom women doing this in abundance. Phenomenal Mexican, what up? You would never fathom women doing this in abundance, would you? Would you? Would you fathom this in the 80s with all that sexual harassment and stuff? You would, listen, only a handful of women you would peg to do something like that. Only a handful. So it's like, what is happening here? Let me find this picture so y'all can have a look at it. I posted it before. But all of these things, because men are normally portrayed as the freaks, the pigs, we'll bang anything that moves, which was never true. And now women are behaving in the same manner as men, the men that they said they hated, but they camouflage that behavior and say that they're liberated. And then they say, why can't we do what men do? My thing is this: you hated us for being men for hundreds of years, and now you want to behave like the men that you said you hate? Or is that an excuse for you just to be promiscuous? Which makes me wonder, how many women are actually promiscuous? Even the chicks that, look, all y'all are on social media. Y'all see what I see. Look at this. Y'all see what's wrong with this picture? What's wrong with this picture, y'all? See that? You see that? You understand? I done shared the stories with y'all. When I went to go see that girl, and Darius, what up? I went to go see that girl, and she said, I'll be ready in a minute. And she answered the door. She was like just in a towel, and it was barely up. When I went in the living room to sit down, I looked, she ran in her room naked, just got out the shower. And I said, oh man, I don't think we're gonna make it out of here. I said, okay. So I sat back and I was getting aroused. I said, yo, as soon as she come out here and say, yo, could you lotion my back? It's about to be a wrap. So I'm sitting down. And then the other door opens up. And I'm like, somebody's here. Her son comes out. Her son was real young, but competent, like maybe about 5 or 6. And I said, what? Comes out, walks into the room, and she couldn't have gotten dressed that fast. Mommy, da 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 da. And I'm like, she's not dressed. And automatically, I said, yo, she walks around the house naked in front of her son. And she told him, yeah, okay, Poppy, just go in your room, get dressed. And then I'm like, completely turned off. It was weird. I was like, what the fuck else goes on in this apartment? Because I remember her saying, yo, we gonna go chill, but I need you to drop because I gotta drop my son off somewhere. When I got there, being that she answered the door in the nude, basically, I was like, okay. I did not think Shorty was here. The little homie was in the room. I was like, oh my God. Goofed off my whole night. I was like, Mansa Musa, my brother, salute. I was like, nah, I'm good. Off. I'm like, how do I ask this chick, yo, You walk around like that in front of him? Yeah, I do have something called morals, and that was weird to me. Offset my whole life. Iron Wolf, salute, brother. He said, salute, man. Salute to you, good brother. Much love in that super chat. Much love, man. He said it must have been Chumpy's mom. Yeah, it probably was. You know, but it's whatever. Wonder where he's at, man. Can he get my views up? I need like his 40 accounts that I blocked. Loser. But yeah, we all on social media. Doesn't it seem like there's an abundance of women that are twerking excessively? And once they saw that, you know, you can get on social media, and once you get on Instagram, I think once you get a sponsor, once a brand pays you to rock their gear or something or promote on your page, that's when you get money. Once you can get on YouTube and get a couple of thousand followers, it translates to some money. I don't know if you get paid off of TikTok. I heard you get paid off of Rumble. You know, but yeah. OnlyFans. We just saw that woman that faked being black, the white lady that faked being black. She now has an OnlyFans. Did y'all see that? And I'm like, wow, isn't she educated? What happened to that? What happened to, you know, you remember that song? Didn't I sing the words for y'all? Sisters are doing it for themselves. Remember that? Remember that song? Standing on our own 2 feet. I'm gonna pull up those words again. Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. I know about that, Wolf. I know, bro. Real spill, salute. I know about that, bro. Bro, what he's talking about, I mentioned that a dozen times. The little boy that was on his Zoom classroom during COVID, and his mother walks into the room ass naked, goes in the closet, and the teacher starts screaming, turn the camera off, someone's naked back there. And the woman turned around and looked, oh, just walking around the house naked. It's your little boy. And that's why these little boys grow up confused, man. Yeah, by the Eurythmics. Featuring Aretha Franklin. Now, there was a time when they used to say that behind every great man, there had to be a great woman. But in these times of change, you know it's no longer true. So we're coming out of the kitchen, because being in the kitchen was such a bad thing. Well, let me dissect this for a second. Man. Oh yeah, $10. You can go see her spread her cheeks. I couldn't believe that. John Pound, salute. So she's saying we're coming out the kitchen. Now listen, man. When men went to work and women were taking care of the home, do you know what kind of jobs men had to do to build this country? Railroad working. A lot of men worked in factories, assembly lines, losing limbs and shit. You know what it is when you worked an assembly line to build the Model T and you lose a limb? There was no unions back then. They were like, well, you can't do your job now. Get out of here. And they throw your finger at you. That was severed. Get out of here. Ooh, hit you in the back of the head with your finger. Now you got to go to the doctor. And now you can't work. And they're talking about coming out the kitchen. All you had to do was fix him a hot plate. He's working 13 hours a day. Man, come on, bro. Come on, man. The International Quiet Storm in the building. Salute. So they said, so we're coming out of the kitchen because there's something we forgot to say to you. We say, sisters are doing it for themselves. Standing on their own 2 feet and ringing their own bells. We say sisters are doing it for themselves. Y'all remember this song? Hmm. Now, this is a song to celebrate the conscious liberation of the female state. Mothers, daughters, and their daughters too. Woman and to woman, we're singing to you. The inferior sex has got a new exterior. Yeah, we got doctors, lawyers, politicians too. Everybody take a look around. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see? There's a woman right next to you. We say sisters are doing it for them. Man, I remember this song. Well, congratulations, you're doing it for yourself. And I'm looking at this OnlyFans, and I'm like, this is what y'all went to school for? I appreciate you, Quiet Storm. Salute. Philip D in the building. Salute. This is what, now y'all heard that song. It's a positive song. Listen, man, women can do anything they want to do, education-wise, work-wise. And you heard what I said, anything they want to do. Ain't nothing standing in your way. But what the hell's going on with this OnlyFans? Huh? Yeah, 704 Joe, that song was in heavy rotation. I was like, what is going on here? Salute to the Ugly Money podcast. Y'all watch Ugly Money? That brother's talented, bro. He's funny as hell, too. I was just watching his show, was it Thursday or Friday? And he had these women on there. And Lord forgive me, man. Lord forgive me. This one chick in there was just in her feelings, mad. And look, I'm just going to tell you how she looked, y'all. I forgot what the question was, but she had no faith in men. She said her baby daddy, of course, she had a baby daddy, not a husband. She said her baby daddy only wants to do for her son when he can get some tail from her. And yeah, I'll just say this. I would love to meet the father of the child, because unless you're into that sort of thing, you have to be down bad to, like, okay, I'll do for my son, but the trade-off is I got to get some tail from you. And for her to be an option, you have to be down real bad. And I'm not, look, man. It's bad, man. Michael Fleming, what you mean? There's another guy to free. I sent it to Kofa. What happened? Something happened? But YouTube is doing something crazy? All right, we'll work it out. I know I ain't breaking no rules. Yeah, she was not, I'll just say, she's not my cup of tea. Is that fair enough to say? But all of those women that be on the show have these, what I say is ridiculous standards. But what happened to sisters doing it for themselves? Why is it okay for a woman to have these high expectations of a man? And then okay, if a woman says, yo, a man has to make 6 figures or better to deal with me. And then you ask them, well, how much do you make? And it's not 6 figures. Unless you're on Kendra G's show, because magically all of those women that call her show, a majority of the women that go to her show are 6-figure women. You notice that? They're 6-figure women, they're boss chicks, right? Right? Bet you're calling Kendra G looking for a love connection. But when the brother got on the show, and this was, Young D's, I don't believe them either. When the brother got on the show, he says, look, I was here last time and I was very clear. I meet the criteria. I make 6 figures. I'm about 6 feet tall. He said I'm 6 figures, 6 feet tall, and he's above 6 in the department. EJ McCoy, salute. And he says, yo, chicks was in, and I want a chick with no children. Well, he said, at first he said no children, I think, something like that. Don't quote me. But he said, yo, I had chicks hitting me up with 3 kids. I mean, do you not listen to what the fuck? So women have a problem following directions. Modern women. And listen, sisters, if it don't apply, you can let it fly. If I'm not talking about you, I'm not talking about you. Because when y'all talk about these bum ass dudes, I don't get upset because it don't apply to me. I'm not a bum ass dude. Nicholas, what up? Todd Swindle, salute. He said they're not 6-figure women, they're full-figured women. Yeah, pretty much. You're a little chunky and you got your waist snatched. Great. Come walk this flight of steps with me a few 100 times. Let me see how you make out. Then I'll let you know if that figure is real. There's no way you got a flat stomach, but you got wide hips in the booty and you still got cellulite. How does that work? I know what happened. Dominican Republic happened for about 1,500. That's what happened. But whatever. We're going to get into all of that. But it makes sense because I look at social media and it seems that they have no problem wearing these funny wigs, funny nails, twerking. And I literally watched it was a white woman that was out there. I think she had her OnlyFans. And she was asked, look, you have a son? Yes. Says, well, you don't, your son has to go to school and somebody's going to see you, find out who he is. What if that upsets him? What if he cries to you? Mom, stop. You know what she said? He can cry in a Mercedes. You remember a long time ago where women were telling us money don't make the man? We don't care about how much money you make. It was about the quality of a man. What happened to those women? I'm sorry. I'm talking about women like my mother, my aunts. I'm talking about sisters from the 60s, 70s, 80s, even the early part of the 90s. Then there was a change. The Little Kims of the world. Little Kim spawned off a ratchet bunch. The Little Kims, the Foxy Browns. I could do what men do. If a man has a high body count, why can't I have a body count? Why is he a stud and I'm a whore? I didn't make the rules. But go ahead and do what you're doing. Because you know what happens? Nature happens. You're going to turn around and be in your 40s and say, all right, it was fun. The 90s were fun. The 2000s was fun. I buckled down. I have some money. You know what? Maybe I don't want to get married. Maybe I just want to lay up with a man. What man is going to take you seriously? What man, can I ask you a question? What man is going to take Little Kim seriously? She might be with a dude that been wanting to smash her since the 90s. And now he got her. He was like a super fan. But now that he got her, he wants Little Kim. What is she going to tell him? No, I'm not really like that. No, I know all the songs. How you like it from the front, from the back. You give that ass a snack. But your man can't do it like that. Can't work the middle because it's thing too little. I remember the lines, man. Detroit, BC in the building. I remember the lines. What you got there, Mike? Let me see what you got there. Oh, I've seen this brother before. I've seen this brother before. He's pretty good. I've seen him. I've seen his post a lot on the gram. I didn't even know he had a. I I didn't even know he had a YouTube. Yeah, let me give him a sub. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. This kid is pretty sharp. What's no Fugazi? What's his name? I never knew his name, but I know. I see a lot of his clips. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. Salute to him. Tone Brown, salute. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. Yeah, Kane, I agree. He says sisters doing it for themselves is what happened. It started with Aretha Franklin's generation, now Little Kim. See, the thing was, dare I say, they weren't as vulgar. And when they said sisters doing them for themselves, Andrew 100, salute. David Cooley's his name. All right, thank you, brother. They were more sticking it to the, they were more letting us know that they're capable of functioning on their own. Letting you know that we're not scared to be alone. Little Kim's era was saying, yo, we already know we can be alone and we don't need your money. We got money. We can also bang you, your man's, your uncle, your relatives, and that's just how we gonna do it. And you gonna like it. If not, you could leave. They were vulgar. They were vulgar. You understand? So the level of dysfunction was always there. You know what I'm saying? I remember being in the elevator. Snacks B, salute. I was with my brother one morning. I was going in the elevator. Our neighbors get on, and Shorty was she was putting on her makeup, and she was listening on her headsets to something. RBN, salute, good brother. Go subscribe. You all right? You in the ER? You all right, brother? Andrew Gray, salute. Derek Gaines, salute. You in the ER? What's going on? You good? I don't like to hear that. Yeah, so her daughter. Oh, you work in the ER. Okay, salute, good brother. Okay. Salute to you, good brother. All right. Oof. All right. I don't need no more bad news. I've had my share in the last couple of weeks. I'm fine. I'm dealing with it. You know, family stuff. But her daughter is singing a Missy Elliott song. If you got a big, let me jerk it. Find out how hard I can work it. You remember that? Remember that came out? Now, mom is putting on her makeup, listening to her CD, man, whatever it was. And the daughter's doing the same, and she's singing it out loud. And me and my brother is like, yo, you hear this? Now, I just wanted to like backhand her mother like, you stupid ass. What do you, Young Hollywood, salute. You don't hear this? This is what we deal with. Well, I don't deal with it. Because what women are finding out now is that, isn't it amazing how there's a lot of men saying, look, we're not putting up with that. I'm not saying main biker, my brother, salute. I'm off the market, I'm married. But we're not putting up with that. All of this, men will fuck anything. No. Because we learned to do research. You see, before the internet, you actually had to buckle down and sit down in the library and compare notes. It was too much work, and we were busy. We didn't entertain that. But the bad part of it was that we left it up to people like Oprah Winfrey to tell us who men were. And Oprah said it, so it wasn't open for discussion. So we say, oh, she said it. She probably did the research. Fuck it. We don't care. I'm not like that. And every time Oprah says something, I say, man, you know what? I must be real special because my father's not a deadbeat. You know, my grandfather wasn't a deadbeat on both my mother and father's side. And I know all my cousins, and out of the majority of my friends that I grew up with, only one had a father that was a rolling stone. And he was cool because when he did come around, he was cool with us. And he'd stay with, my boys, at his house with, his mother, whatever. And then he'd hang out for a little bit and he'd leave. But he didn't grow up all like messed up and stuff like that. Cause when his dad wasn't around, you know how it says it takes a village. All of the fathers knew all of the fathers and the mothers, and they knew all the kids. So when, for example, when my boy L would be sitting in front of the building, his father would park the car and come over. He would only be asking if Lawrence's homework was done. He'd ask if all of our homework is done. Y'all sitting out here, but I hope y'all did y'all homework. He was only talking to his son. He come and say, y'all sitting out here, but I know all y'all homework is done. See? Village, BPMV, salute. You see? It takes a village. All of the fathers did that. All of the mothers did that. Where did that go? It had to have gone somewhere, because now I'm seeing all of these women online twerking. I just showed you a single mother taking a sexy pic in the bathroom, and her son is sitting there taking the goddamn picture. So, if men make choices to do bad things, if you're a free thinker, you know what you're doing. And gone are the days of saying that women are forced into positions where they have to take care of themselves because they ain't no strong men. The data doesn't support that. So, education, what happened? You're not getting money fast enough? What's the fastest way to get money? In these days, the fast way to get money is, I live in this apartment, but I want that apartment. I'm driving this car, or I need a car, so I want that car. You know what? I got a little butt on me. I got a little boobs. Let me just start twerking on OnlyFans, and I'll do it with a mask on. Get this quick money. And then blame us because you're not where you want to be. And you ain't getting there fast enough. And you don't want to put in the work. So you can go to school and everything else, but you chose not to. You chose to twerk on Instagram and Facebook and wherever else you're twerking. And doing OnlyFans, it's come down to that. Do y'all recall the Michelle Joy Phelps nonsense? How she threatened me on Twitter? And I'm not even on Twitter. Do y'all remember that? Philip D says, that was the worst mistake Generation X made, letting black women like Oprah dictate the narrative to black men. Exactly. She didn't speak for me. You had an educated black woman on there that wrote a book called How Stella Got Her Groove Back. And when we saw her, we saw the dude that got her out of that got her for half of her fortune or whatever the price was. He came out on stage. I said, wait a minute. That's the guy? That don't look like Taye Diggs. She didn't know that he was gay? Look at him. Look at him. The Michelle Joy Phelps situation, if y'all don't know, Michelle Joy Phelps is I think she's a boxing reporter. And for those of you that don't know, on my boxing channel, RBN, you might not know this. Let me put you on to what happened, RBN. On my boxing channel, right? My brother Anthony, aka Trick Nolte, calls me. He says, yo, Michelle Joy Phelps is beefing with you. Well, beefing at us. Why? I don't know her. Thank you, Quiet Storm. Well, I had a problem with a troll. I destroyed him and blocked him. He goes to Twitter, starts talking about my government name and how I used to be a cop and all this other weird shit. I said, I don't know what he's doing. I'm not even on Twitter. So let him do whatever it is he's doing. He was like obsessed with me, like most trolls, obsessed with me. He was bothering y'all know he was bothering Art Hostage, the British dude, right? So so he's thinking something about leaking our government names and whatever. And he sent the link to Michelle Joy Phelps on a Canelo snippet that I did. Right? And I was clowning Canelo when he got beat up by Dimitri Bivol. And I altered the voice. And somebody told her that I took a clip with her voice on it and put it on the Canelo Alvarez clip. Absolutely false. The reporter talking was a man, and I altered his voice. So it sounded like a girl, but you have apps that do that. So what she did was she hit up Trick Nolte and said, if you're taking any of my content, I will have it taken down and I will strike your channel. Trick don't even have a channel. He works on my channel. So she was talking to me. I said, I don't know that chick. I said, well, tell her to pull up and I'll play the clip and I'll have her I'll have her review the clip and tell me if it's her or not. I said, don't be coming over here threatening me. You know why she threatened me? Now listen to this, RBN, because I know he don't, probably not in the boxing like that, but listen to this. You know what that was about? That was around 2020. That was a little after COVID where everything was shut down. So all those boxing content creators, or not content creators, all those boxing reporters and that were working for ESPN or Ring Magazine, they all got laid off. Why? Because there was no boxing to talk about. You know where boxing was kept alive? Right here on YouTube. Because we had a direct line to it. Dr. Mark, salute. We had a direct line. We had a direct line to a lot of the fighters that we spoke about. Trill Boxing Talk wasn't even talking boxing during the pandemic. I was talking a little boxing, but we kept it alive. Some people on YouTube have direct lines to these guys, and the people that got laid off got together on a panel and we're talking about, yo, man, these guys, I went to school and got a degree for my journalism, but people are flocking to them and these guys are making all this money. YouTube was very good to us during the pandemic. They got laid off. They on the payroll, which is why they lie so damn much. And Michelle Joy Phelps was on the panel, and here's my right hand to God. She said something to the effect of, I don't know what else I got to do. I might go topless. Do y'all remember when she said that? She said that. Soul Power, salute. John Pound, salute. She said that. She legitimately said that. Oh, I know the history, Quiet Storm. You can dox me all day. Anyone can dox me all day. You ain't gonna like what you find, though, which is nothing. But when you dox someone, just know that you leave a door open. And this is what a lawyer told me. When you dox someone, you leave a door open. You can actually go through that door and find out who's been looking for you. And that's how people get caught. But that's a whole nother conversation. Yeah, you remember that phenomenon, Mexican? Oh, these promoters need to throw us a bone. Michelle Joy Phelps got on here and said something about her going topless because times was hard. She said that. I was like, whoa. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't she do her OnlyFans? Didn't she do it? None of my business. But she was so sensitive about someone making money off of what she thought was her material. I told Trick had to straighten her out. He sent her the link to the show and played the clip. He said, play the clip. This is not you. But the dude that was trying to dox me, he said, yeah, I think he's using your stuff. Get his channel taken down. That's my recommendation. Listening to some stupid ass kid from the UK. who's mad because I blocked him and said, stay away from me, dude. How you mad at someone for saying, yo, get away from me? Stay away from me. But this is the atmosphere, and these are these kids. Well, of course she didn't apologize. That's not in her DNA. That's not in a lot of people's DNA. But she let that go. And I told Trick, I said, no. Hit her up and invite her onto the show. Because we making power moves over here. Boxing is alive over here. So maybe she could come and join my panel. Maybe she could start her own YouTube. Maybe I could send some of my supporters over to her. You know, water under the bridge. There's a lot of people that I didn't like at first, so they didn't like me, and we've had a conversation and got cool. Tell her to pull up. It ain't gonna be, all's forgiven. She ain't respond to him. And y'all know how I do. I'd have took those lemons and made lemonade. I'd have had on the live streams. How would y'all have felt if y'all saw Michelle Joy Phelps on my live stream? We just talking boxing. How would y'all have felt? I would have been helping her, which is what I do by nature, but whatever. She didn't respond, so I left it alone. But he was like, yo, I think you owe me an apology. You out here jumping in my shit. We didn't take anything from you. We don't need to take anything from you. We have legends on our show. Oh, BPMV, you know I was gonna do that. You already know. You already know. He said, yo, we have legends on that show. Michael Nunn, Freddie Pendleton, Roy Jones Jr., Ronnie Shields, Reggie Johnson, Chris Bird, Vinny Pazienza, Steve Cunningham, Devin Pajic. Come on, man. So we don't need you. We have check the channel. We don't need you. Dan Raphael getting laid off. Radio Raheem had no work, and they got together on the panel and they had a pity party. And the only person that could make money during that time was Michelle Joy Phelps. Why? Because I can't confirm this, I heard she spread those cheeks on OnlyFans to pay the bills. How many men could even do that? Imagine Dan Raphael being down bad. Well, I'm gonna go to OnlyFans. Nigga, what? We don't have that luxury. Listen, check this out. If I went to OnlyFans, you know where my money would come from? Men. Because women are just not like that. Women are not like that. They don't do. I'm sure there's a lot of women that purchase OnlyFans, but it's not in abundance. There's only a handful of women that'll pay to see a man on OnlyFans. That magazine Playgirl, opposite of Playboy, you know where those sales come from? Gay dudes. So Michelle Joy Phelps had that option because she's not an ugly woman. Everybody else was on unemployment. Where's the lie? Oh, Main Biker, I could tell you some stuff that I know for a fact, but I'm not, it's not for the airwaves, bro. Because when that situation happened, me and Tay Jones just got cool. And we were talking, and I'll just tell you I saw some stuff that is confirmed. And I said, oh, so I guess the pandemic ain't really hit her too hard. But those are the options that women have. Sisters are doing it for themselves indeed. So it's okay for modern women to sexualize themselves as long as they're getting paid. Now, if that's your choice, that's cool. But back in the day, before there was no internet, what did women have to go do? They say, oh, look, I'm down bad, got this car note. In about 3 months, I can't pay the rent. What am I gonna do? Out here in the Bronx, there's a place called Hunts Point. Y'all ever heard of Hunts Point? Now, A lot of gentrification happened. I don't think it gets down like that anymore. But I remember once upon a time, every time there was 3 strip clubs around there. 3 in the morning when they close up and you're leaving, you're driving through the blocks. Every time we'd leave, we would drive around the block just to look. And chicks would be out there in bikinis, bro. They'd be out there in bikinis. There was a documentary on HBO back in the 90s called Hookers at the Point. Just look at it. Streetwalkers. So back in the day, there was no OnlyFans. You had to street walk and get your money up and listen to some of those chicks talk. Nicholas, salute, man. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a special bed cave. All my bed cave, all my bed cave episodes are special, man. Yeah. But women say, yo, look, I only wanted to do it to pay for school or pay for this college book, but then I turned around, I turned like 9 tricks in under an hour, and I was sitting on $500. And I didn't even have stretch marks around my damn mouth. So a lot of those chicks just turned to it. And you're looking at that like, oh my God. They're like, nope, cha-ching. That's money Uncle Sam don't touch. And they still go ahead and keep their day jobs. But if you walk the track for about 3 hours and you can make $1,000, nowadays you ain't even got to do that. You start up on OnlyFans. And get that popping. And you really up the ante. You make some money, you get yourself a BBL. And now you got cats in Saudi and Dubai in the Middle East. They're willing to fly you out so they could defecate on you. Y'all heard about that? Shorty leave and then come back with $100,000 in their bank account. What'd you do? And they're shaking. You go out there, you think you go out there just to get pounded out by some Saudi prince. Nope. He's pouring camel dung on you and smushing it in your face and humiliating you and kicking you in your behind. And he'll put the money in your bank account and then pat you on the ass and send your ass back to the States. What about the black chick that went down there and disappeared? Y'all know about that? She went down there, family can't even find her. They was like, where is she? Those people got money on top of money. They ain't got to tell you shit. Yo, look, she was here, but she left. She came down here, she hung out. We put the money in her account. We don't know where she is. Money sitting there in the account ain't touched. I just watched this MMA guy, this white guy. I saw it on Instagram. I don't even know this brother's name, this white guy. But he's walking out of the store. He might have been in Beverly Hills. Guys filming him and said, what's your name? To the girl, some thick, look like a Latina or whatever. Asked him, he said, what's your prediction for the fight? He said, yeah, I'm gonna win by knockout. Oh man, you're like, I had a good time. How much did you spend? How much did he spend on you? Talking to the girl. She said $75,000. Life is good. Now, brother, if you got it, you got it like that. I ain't mad. $75,000, and all you got to do is have a snatched waist, some wide hips, a big butt. You don't even know if the tail is good. He got into his, I don't know what that was. It's a car that I would never buy. One pothole would destroy that shit in New York. But he's living life, bro. 75 racks on that. Whatever was in that box, he spent it. Think he marrying that chick? Get out of here, bro. Get all the way out of here. But she's cool. You know why? That was the goal. Do a little twerk and do slide. I come from an era that's called stranger danger. Paige Van Zandt. Never heard of him, but salute to him. And these dudes be up in these chicks' DM. I didn't think that was real for a long time. I said, man, stranger danger. These chicks are actually entertaining some dudes. And they actually flying these chicks out. Chicks are actually saying, yo, to even talk to me, it's 500 up front. You chicks turned to prostitution. Y'all are prostituting yourself. This is okay? Men are supposed to respect that? Y'all got daughters and nieces. Y'all understand that y'all daughters and nieces got to work that much harder? Do y'all understand that? My brother Terrence Bailey in that super chat, much love. He said, these women sexualizing themselves as our kids' first teacher skills. First teacher kills our community and demonizes our women. Makes our young be jaded. I agree with that 110%. Women are the first teachers. And here's what Terrence is talking about. Y'all saw that video of the pretty young black woman crying in the car talking about, I can't teach no more. I'm trying to teach classical dancing and put Disney on for these girls. They're talking about turn that shit off. I want to listen to Pound Town. These are 6-year-old girls. And then when they grow up thinking that that's the way to behave, and they're in class with little boys, the boys ain't up to speed. But watch this, y'all. Watch this. I like this picture. It's right here. What the fuck is going on in this picture? Lil Ray, and I swear to God, it says Ray, right? This is a baby shower? All right, I don't know what's wrong with homie, but that little kid in the middle, I don't want him anywhere near my niece, because this shit is normalized. A thought got married. This pimp married his bottom bitch, and this is child number 2. This is the most ratchet thing I've ever seen. This is disgusting, it's disturbing, and it's a tragedy. There's nothing cool about this. There's nothing cool about this. What made them think that this was cool? Man. Yo, that's embarrassing, man. That's embarrassing. I wouldn't want that little boy near any one of my children at that age. Because Pound Town and, you know, he thinks this shit is normalized. What happens when you get that phone call? Yo, Ray touched your daughter or niece inappropriately. And then you go to school to find out what the fuck is going on. And that nigga is sitting there. You're like, yeah, you're listening. You say, yo, listen, he went up her skirt. First of all, that's learned behavior. I'm looking at him like, yo, bro, why would your son do that? And let me tell you something. Tread carefully. Tread carefully. Because I'm not hearing nothing. I'm not hearing anything other than, I don't know why he did that. I apologize. I'm a straighten his ass out when we get home. So I don't raise him to do that. I don't want to hear, what did your daughter do? How do we know she wasn't twerking? Because you know, these new age parents, nothing is their fault. Nothing is their fault. They want to know what your kid did. The teacher told me that your son went up her dress, saw the whole thing. And he's like, doesn't care about it. This is normal behavior. In that meeting with the principal, I'm going upside homie's head. and I'm gonna pull his hair out. I'm gonna go upside his head, I'm gonna knock him unconscious, I'm gonna snuff him. It's hard to stay awake when I punch you, even when you see the punch coming, but I'm gonna snuff him. I'm like, yeah, okay, well, boop! And I'm gonna grab a handful of those locks and I'm gonna yank him out his head. Yeah. Yep. And I want his son to be sitting there screaming in horror. And with the locks in the hair, I'm gonna say, look, you see this? This is a type of behavior that's manifested. This is the result of you putting your hands on a woman. Unwanted. This is going to be you. So when he wakes up tomorrow, maybe I'll accept his apology. He will look a million times worse than Mitch Green. When Mike Tyson hit Mitch Green, that brother's eye was swollen for like 12 months. I will hit this dude with the hammer of gods. That is my worst nightmare, to have something like that happen to my child and I have to go to school and deal with an ignorant parent, because I'm fucking them up. I'm fucking them up. Because this is a culture. Women, and I'm glad Terrence said that, women are the first teachers in our community. Because why? The men, we're normally at work. When women, when they do work, they take maternity leave. Some women have been known to stay home for a year or two to raise the kids. So the kids are around the women all the time. While we out here getting the world beat, the world's beating the shit out of us. So we have to trust these sisters to do the right thing. And my question to y'all is, do you trust a woman like this? And the odd part is this nigga here smiling. What the fuck goes on in that house? So it's no wonder these kids are growing up listening to Pound Town. They think this is okay. And this is why decades later, you got kids that are not, they're desensitized to things like Pound Town. They don't care about it. It's normalized. Me and Stormy was talking about video games earlier, and I asked him, where were you when you first saw Mortal Kombat? Let me read these super chats real quick, because this is very interesting. Nicholas Levy in that super chat salute, he said, them people have done a number on us as a people, big homie. Yes, they have. And I'm upset because a number's been done on us since the dawn of time. And it's only a handful of us that are awake and understand what this bullshit is. Sad. Eric Jordan with that super sticker, salute to you, good homie. Always support, man. Salute to you. And the International Quiet Storm with the super sticker, man. Salute to you, man. Now, let me tell you about generations, like how things have changed. I asked my brother Stormy, I said, where were you when you first saw Mortal Kombat? And I told my story. First time I saw the video game in the arcade Mortal Kombat was at a movie theater. And Street Fighter was wrecking shop. Street Fighter was the best 2D fighting game. And then I saw Mortal Kombat. I saw a crowd around this game. I said, what's that? And I looked, I said, oh man, those are real people on the screen. I said, this is dope. So I'm standing there and I'm watching blood fly out their mouth. And I'm saying, oh, that's different. You gotta understand, it's the early 90s, y'all. The things y'all take for granted today, you gotta understand, there was a process to get there. So Sub-Zero was facing a guy, I forgot who the guy picked, but he lost. Then the thing said, finish him. And I said, what's that? And Sub-Zero walks up to him and grabs dude by the throat and rips his head off, and the spine was dangling with a severed head. And he says, and it says Sub-Zero wins. And I said, we said, oh! Grown people. There was a white dude standing there with his son. And the kid looked at the screen and said, he said, ah! And he grabbed his son by the leg and he looked and laughed. And we caught eyes, we laughed and shit. We was like, oh shit. And we were all talking like, yo, what is this? We was like, can they do this? Shouldn't this game be like, have like a curtain over it? I said, that was violent as hell. I wanted to play that game rather than go see a movie. And I was out on a date when I saw that. I was with a girl. D-man, salute. I was like, man, fuck the movie. I want to see this. But I was like, oh shit. I ain't never seen that. I ain't never seen that. That was amazing. So all this stuff that you see in Mortal Kombat now, trust me, y'all are desensitized to it. But I'm telling you, it was a different time back then. It was a different time. It was a different time. So the things that we see in women do today, back in the 90s and the 80s, this is unheard of stuff. So now that we have all this freedom, what are we doing with it? Sisters are doing it for themselves indeed. But is their behavior okay as long as they're getting paid for it? And every time I turn around, sisters are still in college and, doing it the old-fashioned way. But goddamn, man. You put a little paycheck behind it. When that woman said my son could cry in a Mercedes, man, I almost threw my phone out the window. I said, why would she say, Mark Wonderlit, my brother, what up? Why would she say that? Then I saw the Latina, she was like, yeah, my son's friends found my OnlyFans. Jason, what up? What did you think was gonna happen? She said, now her son's friends be looking at him. No. Never mind that. Your son gotta live with that. Let me give y'all another situation. Y'all remember the Keke Palmer and Usher situation? Do y'all remember the outrage when he put out that tweet? When he said, what did he say in the text? Y'all remember? Put it in the chat. Under the Sun says, hi, I'm white kid, but you're the first black guy that's making sense I've ever heard on here. Most go right to attacking. And it's sad because black people are suffering the most, but it's not black women's fault. I'm not blaming all black women. Human beings are fucked up as a collective. And if you stick around my channel, you'll see. Because everybody gets it over here. Everybody gets it. I just saw something today that triggered me. And I'm like, what is going on here? And it's not exclusive to black women. As you can see in the other picture, I don't know if that woman is Latina or white or whatever. This is women as a collective. And I'm like, where are we if women are the first teachers in the household? What is this woman teaching her son? And do you want this boy in the class next to your daughter in kindergarten? You understand what I'm saying? But when you said that to a woman, that chick on social media, she said, well, he can cry in a Mercedes. So you're sacrificing your child's innocence for materialistic items? Man, Shauna, what's going on? I couldn't open up that thing you sent me, by the way. Yep. This is what he said. This is what he said. That's exactly what he said, y'all. Now watch this. That's what he said. Now I'm gonna leave this up here for a second. That's exactly what he said. How did they take this statement and start calling him a jealous hater? She's a boss. She makes all the money. And how did they take him being jealous of her? How did they take this statement and turn it into that? I don't understand. I'm reading all of these responses. She's the breadwinner. He don't move the needle. He don't make no money. She's the boss. Okay. These are the same women that when a man would say, well, what you bring to the table, if I make $1 million a year, you have no say so. Chicks was going crazy over that whole conversation. What do you bring to the table? When a man meets that criteria, 6 figures, high value man, all that other stuff. You remember that? I don't even care to have those conversations anymore. But chicks was blowing a gasket. Oh, just because you have all that money, that don't mean you could do what you do. Remember when Kevin Samuels said, that high value men don't cheat, or whatever he said. Remember all of that? He said that to spark a conversation. But you had to watch the show to understand the context. And I'm not going to revisit his work either. You had to watch the show to understand what he was saying. He asked, can y'all share a man? And there was women telling me, I don't care how much money he make. I shouldn't have to share no man. Okay, cool. So now Keke Palmer goes out with a thong, hugs Usher, right? Does a song with him and all that. And all this brother said was, you're a mother, though. Now watch this. All of that shit that they said about him. Whole time he was talking about you're a mother, meaning the child that they have, when they grow up, they're going to have to deal with you in that video with a thong on outside, turning up with your friends, hugging on Usher. Someone that's not that child's father. And that's what I said. I said, he ain't say nothing about how could you cheat on me? You're my woman. He didn't say that. He said, you're a mother, though. He wasn't trying to shame her. She is a mother. Question, ladies and gentlemen. How many of y'all moms walk around outside with their friends with thongs? I don't care whether it was the 70s, 80s, 60s, 90s, 2000s. Did your mother walk around with a thong on? You understand? You understand? Now my mom's. Nope. And listen, your parents were young once, or they've lived, and if they're around now and they're able, they're probably living right now. But as children, what do we say? We don't need to see that. We know, but we don't need to see that. It's kind of creepy. We don't need to hear that. We don't need to see that. You understand? This was all he said. You're a mom. He never said, oh, you're cheating on me, or why are you hugging that dude? Never said that. He said, you're a mom, though. He was talking about the welfare of his child. And women took it somewhere else. And what did they say? She's the boss. She makes the money. That's what they said. They justified her behavior by money. Meanwhile, they hated when men did that. Oh, I'm the boss. I got money. So I can do this. No, you can't. It's the value of the man itself. I don't care how much money you got until it's time for them to make a move with them. So let me get this straight. If Keke Palmer could do whatever she wants because she's a breadwinner, right? When these chicks say, I want a high value man, and they get that man, can he do whatever he wants? I literally heard women say, oh, well, shit, if he cheat, I'm gonna cheat. Why? He's a breadwinner. You ain't gotta work, you're in his house, you're driving his car, whatever. You ain't gotta eat, you ain't gotta starve or nothing like that. So what if he wants to get something on the side? What's the problem? Didn't Kevin Samuels say y'all can't have it all? So let me get this straight. You stand in the pocket for Keke. It's okay for her to walk around with a thong and hug some R&B singer with the herpes. I want to add that because that's what I was told. So that's okay. But then if you get with a high value man and he wants to walk around, he wants to go to the strip club once a month or twice a month with some friends, and he wants to get some tail on the side, but he's a millionaire and he moved you in. You ain't got to do nothing for the rest of your life. I literally heard a woman say, "Oh well, if he gonna cheat, I'm gonna cheat." All right, so watch this. What if Keke Palmer's baby daddy said, "All right, well, she gonna do that? I'm gonna do me. There's a shorty at the gym that look just as good, if not better than her, and I'm gonna get that spank on." Now what? He can't do that. Why? She the breadwinner? Y'all can't have it both ways. Did Keke Palmer not sexualize herself while violating the father of her child? Yeah, but he never complained about that. He said, "You're a mother." He was concerned about the welfare of his child. It doesn't matter because she got a bunch of hits and they talking about her. Come on, man. You understand what I'm saying? So it's okay to sexualize yourself as long as y'all getting paid. Shout out to Little Kim. This is the trail that you've left. Shout out to Foxy Brown with her awkward mouth. And all these other, these chicks, Sexy Red, ain't nothing sexy about her. Twerking while pregnant. Twerking after birth. These are our women, y'all. These are our black women. And what is your only justification? Oh, well, I'm paid. Well, I'm going to say this to you, like how y'all said to men. Your money don't mean shit. It's not everything. Guess what? Your money don't mean shit. It's not everything. Because you are going to have to look at yourself. And what are you going to say with that baby that Sexy Red spit out? What are you going to say when he's 10 years old? Your mother Sexy Red? My daddy smashed her in the old hood. Or I jack off to your mama. Your kid got to go to school with that. And they're going to grow up hating you. Or are you going to assimilate them like the Borg and teach them that your behavior is normalized? And now your kid is going to school messed up. Stop it, man. Stop it. Stop it. And you wonder why we get no respect, Rodney Dangerfield. You wonder why we don't get no goddamn respect. This is disgusting, y'all. And when are we going to take accountability for it? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea, bro. But it's embarrassing. It's very embarrassing. And I agree, Philip D. Sexy Red is a disgusting woman. She's a disgusting woman. And who's that other smut? What's her name? What's the other smut's name that was crying, talking about she sold her soul? Sukihana. These chicks ain't even cute. They're not. They're disgusting. I live in the Bronx. There's chicks walking around regular every day that I could see, right? I'll see them tomorrow. Looking 10 times better than that. I'm sick of this. We're losing, ladies and gentlemen. We're losing. We are losing. If women are the first teachers in our community, we're doomed. They've taken the wheel and they're now liberated, which is fancy lingo for them justifying them being promiscuous. And men hold the line. Don't kowtow to that. Stop following them on social media. Look. It's a lot to unpack. It's a lot to fix. You know, man, look, if they feel they gotta go to OnlyFans route, then that's what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. But at the same time, you disarm the women that try to make the argument that everything is messed up because of us men. And I'm not only talking about black men, I'm talking about men as a whole, men of all races, cultures, and creeds. We didn't do this now. Y'all are in the driver's seat alongside of us now. Y'all are now riding shotgun officially. And this is what y'all doing? So as long as y'all getting paid, your son knows that you're on OnlyFans, you know, getting your hey nanu scratched and eating ass in London, wherever you at. So it's all good as long as your son can drive and cry in a Mercedes. He's gonna hate you later. So fix it, y'all, if y'all want to. I know my act is together. I'm not arguing with people no more. I know the truth. I know the truth. I'm not arguing this no more. I know what it is. And like I said, if it don't apply, let it fly. If it don't apply, let it fly. I don't get mad when I see a black woman talking about, oh, because niggas this and niggas that. She ain't talking about me. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a son. I'm a nephew. I'm a brother. I'm a cousin. Listen, I'm a friend. I'm all of that. I'm transparent. I show my face. I'm good. The people with the biggest mouths on YouTube and on social media, they're lying about themselves, or they hide behind pulsating letters on YouTube or whatever it is they're doing. I don't have time for that. I don't have none of it. If anyone sees value in what I do, I appreciate you. If you don't, you have options. You can just unsubscribe or whatever it is you're doing. You understand? I know the problems in the black community, and I know the problems in America as a whole. One thing I'm not going to partake in is this male versus female thing. I don't need to. I've seen enough. And there's not one thing that I said on this broadcast that says I'm a liar, because I know what I know. I know what I know. And to the women, if y'all think it's okay, sexualizing yourself as long as you're getting paid, cool. Just remember, you are what you put out. 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, your past is going to always be there. All right? You can't smash away your late teens and all through your 20s, and when you turn 35, now you're going to be like, all right, style point, what up? Okay, yeah, now I'm going to find a husband. No. You hit him up on that app, you sit down with him, he says, oh, shoot, I used to jack off to you 10 years ago. It's you? Nope. I can only imagine what you was doing. I was jacking off because I couldn't afford you. You was really getting flown out? Well, no, what? No, I used to follow you on Instagram. You took pictures and selfies in the plane on my way to Dubai, on my way to Saudi. That wasn't you? Well, yeah, okay. Well, you're here now. Might as well eat some food. You got more money than me, right? So we can go Dutch. Unless you're treating. Oh, now you want a husband. Yeah. Everything I put out on social media, I can stand on. How I am now is how I am when you see me in the street. Very friendly. So it is what it is. Yo, salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelda, Cash App, the Super Chat. Much love and appreciation to everybody who participated, man. Got love for y'all. And I'm not talking no boxing tomorrow morning. I got a doctor's appointment. I might drop a video or two. But I'll be back Thursday. You know what I mean? Y'all stay blessed. I love y'all. And y'all take it light, man. Catch you on the rebound.